this kind of collapsing of boundaries among different groups. What is it appropriate for physicians to do? What is it appropriate for trained nurses to do? What can lay people step in and do? Which is something that we will probably see now in the coronavirus epidemic we're experiencing. There is a real shifting of who's doing what, because you need the most skilled clinicians in the situations that called for the highest level of care.
John Barry, let me read a couple of emails. One from Anne. She said, I would not be here without the 1918 flu pandemic. My maternal grandmother was living on Coney Island when her entire family was stricken. She lost her husband and 2 young children, but survived. She went on to remarry my grandfather. An email from Pam that says, my grandmother was a Navy nurse in World War I. At the end of the service, she had patients affected by diarrhea during that time, and patients died. Perhaps she was protected from having the flu when it first came through the area. These are really just such poignant stories.
It was an incredibly difficult time.
And I would just add that, it is a poignant story. I would love to see that diary. One of the things that we know about nurses is they often don't see what they do as heroic and as worthy of being recorded and written down for future generations. I'm delighted there is a diary, because we need these stories about what people are doing in these disasters, and we need people who are working with our patients, with our families, to take very seriously the heroism of what they're doing and to make sure future generations know it as well.
No question. We'll figure out how to get some diaries, if not to you, to others as well. We're talking about the great pandemic of 1918-1919 and what we can learn and apply for today. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
The National Recording Registry of the Library of Congress is America's history in sound.
This year in the roster, you have female changemakers.
I'm Todd Zwillick. We'll reveal the newest inductees and speak to America's 14th Librarian of Congress as we kick off our new series, The Sounds of America. That's next time on 1A. Weekday mornings at 11 on WHYY.
Supporting WHYY, Temple University's College of Public Health. Now enrolling for the Master of Public Health in Social and Behavioral Sciences and graduate programs in speech, language and hearing, health informatics, and more. The college helps tackle today's critical health issues by combining public health disciplines with other healthcare fields. Part-time and online options for both current and aspiring health professionals. More at cph.temple.edu.
On the next Fresh Air, Michael Pollan, who's written best-selling books about the origins of the food we eat and how psychedelics are helping scientists understand consciousness and the brain. He has a new audio book about caffeine, its effect on the mind and body. As usual, he immersed himself in his research, quitting coffee cold turkey. Join us.
Today at 3 o'clock on WHYY.
This is Radio Times here on WHYY in Philadelphia. I'm at home, as many of you are. We're talking about what we can learn from the pandemic of 1918-1919 that we can apply to today. And again, our guests are Pat D'Antonio. She's a professor of nursing, director of the Barbara Bates Center for the Study of the History of Nursing. That's at the University of Pennsylvania School of Nursing. I'm okay. I just